Hello and welcome to MSCJ Mike Talk, your one-stop podcast for health, finance, and everything under the sun. Brought to you by Sumaya Vidyavar University. We are here to spark conversations, ask bold questions, and keep things real. I'm your host Harshal Jadhav, and today we are joined with Sarvesh Pawar. He's a hardcore anime fan. He's been following anime fandom for quite long. He has also attended various comic cons, and he has a great knowledge about the anime industry. So, hi Sarvesh. Hello.
Hello. First of
Yeah.
all, thank you to Harshal for inviting me for a guest as in podcast. So let's begin.
So grab your headphones, settle in, and let's gear up for a conversation you won't want to miss. So, Sarvesh, how did your journey with anime begin? Do you remember the first show that you have watched?
Yes, when I was in 8th standard, I was with my cousins, and the first time they were watching was the Seven Deadly Sins, which I liked the animation and the cinematography of the anime as well as the animation. So from that, I got more into anime, and I like to see the episodes as well as learn about anime more.
Okay. So, after this, I would like to ask what makes anime different from regular TV shows and cartoons, in your opinion?
Okay. So first of all, anime has a variety and various types of storytelling. And compared to TV shows, anime, Netflix, all that series, anime has almost 1,000 episodes, number of seasons, everything. So anime has more storytelling, more pacing, more character development, more characters. So we get to learn not just about the character of the main side, but also everyone, the aspects, the ratios, everything about
Oh.
the story.
So, is there any particular anime character or any storyline that you like or that you embrace?
I personally like Naruto. He's my favorite as his lives he never gives up, and he's very like resemble. People relate to him like Marvel and DC. People relate to Spider-Man, Superman, Batman.
Hmm.
For anime, there is the big three: Dragon Ball, Naruto, Bleach, and third one was One Piece.
One
Luffy.
Piece.
Yes. So
Oh.
many people relate to these three characters because
Hmm.
they are very relatable to us, not only in life but in also all aspects of the life, our professional life, work life, future life, love life. Because they never give up, they always stay strong, and they always move forward in life.
Actually, not only you, but many of the youth and the following of anime
Yes.
start from Naruto, I think, and from One Piece.
Yes.
But you have attended multiple Comic Cons. What's the energy and experience like for an anime fan for you?
So from last year, I have attended two Comic Cons in India. The energy, there were various types of people from different countries and from different places. They came, they cosplayed the characters. I personally cosplayed Tanjiro, but it was not a fully cosplay. I just wore the jacket. But for the next one, I'm going to be cosplaying Tanjiro, fully cosplay with the sword that I'm currently making. But last year I cosplayed Luffy from One Piece, and it
Oh.
was crazy energy. There were many types of people who were cosplaying Luffy and or other characters like from Marvel, DC, anime, and Indian superheroes also. So we get to also meet to new people, and it also helps us in confidence building because we have to go on stage, tell our name, our character that we are cosplaying, and we get to meet a lot of people and understand the culture of the anime worldwide and the Japanese culture. The Comic Con the event has, they're all that categories for that. Yes.
So basically, maybe you have made various connections from that
Yes, yes. I have made
platform.
various connections. I have done collaborations with some people. Also, for such, I have met new people. We have also took some collaborated videos, posted on stories, all that also.
So from that Comic Con platform, is there any particular character or any person who made a costume or who has done a perfect role in that cosplay?
Perfect cosplay. There are some people who do budget cosplays, and there are
Hmm.
people who just spend their money for having a cosplay so that they can win. So you
So
can
basically, they are hardcore fans
they
of
are, they
anime.
are fully into hardcore anime cosplaying. They bring the character from fiction to reality
Mhm.
to merge themselves with the character so that they can implement their personality and the character personality to
Oh.
people. And the character which what they choose is that what they look like, so that they choose on their character as their behavior and their what they like to be. So they what they want to be, they cosplay the character. Yes, it's what I have learned.
Okay, cool. So in India, what do you think? Which is the most game-changing anime right now?
Right now, most Indian anime is like currently One Piece fans. Actually, the anime is not done. It is just it's just going rapidly. The episodes are coming. It has almost 1,000 plus episodes, and right now it has crossed 100 and 1,100 episodes, and it is rapidly compared to other anime. It's growing. Like other anime, they have like seasons, 2 3 seasons, then they
Huh.
end. But One Piece is an anime that has a wide variety of fan base. One Piece, Naruto, Dragon Ball also. But currently the anime which is going is like I would say One Piece.
But
Their fans are very crazy.
actually, if we talk about One Piece, the duration of the episodes and the number of episodes that has been published,
Yes.
this can be the main reason why the audiences live the whole journey of anime, watching the or maybe binge watching the whole anime and live. I think I have many various friends who have just ended their whole journey in One Piece, starting from only 100 or 200 episodes.
Yes.
So maybe this can be a reason having much number of episodes and increasing the continuity and persistence in watching the anime.
That's a very good question. So personally, I've seen people that they give the opinion to their friends that they don't know anything about anime, so they will just tell their friends to go watch One Piece, Naruto, which I think is completely wrong. If someone don't have the knowledge about anime, what the season, you should start with low episodes, low seasons. For personally, if someone asks me that if you want to start anime, want to watch anime, I will tell them go watch Demon Slayer because it's animation, the connectivity, and the way you relate to characters. Secondly, I would say Death Note is also small anime, but it has a very mind games. The characters, the manipulation, the intelligence of the characters. It has only 37 episodes, and the third one for action and perception. I would say Attack on Titan. These are first you should start with small animes, then you should go for big animes like Naruto, One Piece, all that. So you will get the idea of what anime category is.
So maybe the persistence of watching the whole episodes and going
Yes,
through
yes.
whole seasons of the episode can be improved.
Yes.
Actually, me myself also, I started with Rakshasa Street. I think it is very underrated
Yes,
anime.
yes.
I have watched that, but it was very small. It had I think only 10 to 11 episodes. But from that proper anime, I started in the whole journey of watching any other animes. So how do you see anime community and culture growing in India?
Okay, from the last past year, it has growing rapidly. As such, I have attended two Comic Cons this year and last year. And this year in March, I have attended Pokemon event. Personally, last year, Pokemon event used to happen in India. It was known as Pokemon Mela, but this year, this event changed its name. It was known as Pokemon Carnival. And first time in India that happened, that is called the Pokemon Run, marathon race.
Oh.
Up to we can run 2 kilometers or 5 kilometers. So me and my friend, we just I like the anime events, so I participate in these events. So it is growing rapidly in India from last year. We would like to say like Comic Con, Pokemon events. Recently there was an event in Mumbai, Nesco, about anime India. In that event, people used to cosplay. They cosplay. Also, we used to learn about Japanese culture, their tea, what happened in their culture, how their clay pot used to make. Everything that the Japanese people do, we used to learn that.
Oh, so did you run in the marathon? That
Yes,
you
yes. I run 5 kilometer,
Nice.
and not just participating in it. When we are buying the ticket, participating like these events, we also get some things also. Like personally, Comic Con, if you buy a ticket that is around affordable ticket, 1,000 rupees almost, you get all the good stuff also, the merchandise like mangas, the bags, all the other things, and in the Comic Con you also play games and you also get prizes, action figures, all that. And the Pokemon event that I went, it was very affordable. It was almost like 600 rupees something the pass, and I got many various stuff. I got a Pikachu bag, Pikachu shirt, Pikachu napkin, all these things. So it's really worth the price.
And I think people visit Comic Con for collecting things and for collectibles
Yes,
particularly.
collectibles and for enjoyment and for the crazy fans.
People used to say that it is like Shin-chan or Doraemon. And basically it is not an anime. They are kind of a cartoon for lower age people. But if you talk about the proper animes, people still misunderstood that these are just cartoons and these are for fun for kids. People who watch anime are like childish kind of thing. So Sarvesh, I would like to ask you about a particular anime that you like so much, the storyline that you like. Can you just explain the characters and storyline of the particular anime that you love and that you follow for your life lessons?
For the life, I would like to say Naruto, as he's one of the greatest character, my favorite. I relate to him the most in all categories and aspects of the life. Who is from the love life, the struggling life, the all the life from the that he has from the day he was born to the current that day he is. Personally, Naruto is not just a character; he's like a relatable person for me. Naruto has involved me and included me so much of his good things into my life. From all the his willpower, first thing his willpower towards his friend and his work. He's a very funny guy. He never gives up on his family, friends, no matter what, how much tough situation is, or how much the friend that abandons him, he will fight for themselves and for others. Personally, Naruto is not a mischievous character. He's a very funny, and the thing about Naruto is like he never gives up. He always finds a way to move forward in ahead of the life. And personally, his love life, we everyone can relate to it the most. He liked the girl, but she liked someone else. But still, he got the best girl in the whole anime,
Mm-hmm.
which really explained that no matter how much life makes us get down, we always have a chance to give up, and we always have a choice of being a better person. Just because someone behave bad with you or something bad happened to you doesn't mean you have to be just like them. You have to be better than that. So for that, which is the main thing from Naruto, I learned the most. You always have a choice in your life. Like you can be the a greater and a better person. Just because things doesn't happen your way, you can change the things and take a different path, and this will affect your life in a very positive mindset and a very positive way. This is what I learned from Naruto.
In the Naruto anime, is there any other character than Naruto that you like?
Jiraiya, his master,
Oh.
his master never gave up on himself.
Hmm.
He always was like a father to his
Hmm.
father, because Naruto never had parents. The day he was born, his mother and father died,
So he
and
was an orphan kind of.
yeah, he was a totally orphan guy. He never had parents. He struggled all his life. He was literally a loser, pathetic loser. Is like to address. He's a pathetic loser. But he never gave up. He always stayed strong to his mindset. He also cried many times. But the reason fans love him because of the relatability and his willpower to never give up. About the orphan thing, his master Jiraiya Sensei, he was like a father to him. He took care of him, and in the head, he died for himself also, because the villain. I would not spoil the anime. You would like to watch yourself and enjoy. He died for himself because he was protecting him to the end. If I said that the thing to the villain, they will come for Naruto. So he basically died for himself. I would like to address. He was like a father figure to him, and Naruto was so sad when he died. He got to know that his sensei was killed. He had a chance to take the revenge, but he took the greater path. He didn't just because someone is bad. He didn't, and he knows that his sensei would not like that. He will do something like that because he had belief and hope in it, because that he will become a successful, and he was also known as a child of prophecy, the child which can change the whole world into a greater and a better being.
Oh, so basically, Bhavishwani kind of thing was there.
Yes, yes,
Oh. Um, leaving Naruto aside, I would like to ask about Demon Slayer movie, which has been
yes,
released right now. Demon Slayer Infinity Castle, I think so. So there are two versions. One is subtitle version and one is dub version. One is
yes,
Japanese
yes.
whole version. So what are your thoughts on that? On the whole craze that has been happening right now in India?
So Demon Slayer has also a very wide variety of fans, so much, and it is the anime that every new people who has come to anime should watch, because of the animation. Demon Slayer has the best animation of the all the and the best storyline also, so that many people like to connect with the anime, because the character Tanjiro, he has also the same also life of Naruto. Also, he always sees the good in people and believes that everybody deserves a second chance and can change. If someone's intention is very bad towards his or his family or loved ones, he will never think twice to kill himself, because he always believes that someone can change. But if somebody is not, if somebody is pure evil,
Hmm.
he has no choice. So he just try to kill him as or try to make him lose as low as possible without harming him too much. And whenever he does something like that, he prays for the person that he or she will reborn in the next life, and they can have a better life in the also. And about the movie has literally one crazy. The fans were really liked it. There will two parts will be coming in like recently the first part, and there were two parts 2027 2029 of the upcoming films. I am personally excited for that, and many fans also. And the craze about that, many people with their parents also came to watch the movie.
Actually, I would like to add upon this.
Yes,
2 days back, I watched that movie in the theater. So the guy, person besides me, was a 6-year-old person. He has brought her wife also. So I think it has a beautiful craze that they didn't watch only the dub version, not the Hindi version. They tried to watch the Japanese version with the English subtitles. So I think the craze is quite much
yes,
visible in the case of Demon Slayer right now. Also, I would like to ask you, which anime do you feel is most underrated and deserves more attention right now in India?
okay. Right now in India, I would like to say Vinland Saga is a much better anime, just because people think being a kind person in this evil world is useless. But the anime and the things the anime from Vinland Saga, which we need to learn is in life there will be situations good and bad. Vinland Saga is all about war, peace, harmony. The character of the main character of the Vinland Saga, Thorfinn. uh, he someone killed his father at first of the season of anime. He was very revenge. He wanted revenge because somebody killed his father. All the things, but his sensei or the people he met and the things that he implement in his mind, a positive mindset, that just because someone hurts us, we don't have to do the same thing.
Yeah.
We can always have a choice to be a better person and better for ourselves and better for our future. So Vinland Saga is a very underrated anime, if you would like to guess, because people like actions, people like villain, all that, and that's very good. It's fiction, it's very good. But being a good person in a world which is very cruel to us, it's a very tough thing. Because staying nice to the people who have hurt us is also a very good thing, and it's very hard thing also. So Vinland Saga teaches us how to be much more of a better person as well as to do great things for others, not for just for ourselves. We should like to address that Vinland Saga is a very underrated anime. You should really watch it.
Now, after this, I would like to ask you top three shows that newcomer or rookie who wants to see anime and wants to experience this whole journey. What are the top three shows or top three movies of anime which you would like to recommend them?
Okay, so anime shows. I have seen many people telling them friends to watch directly Naruto, One Piece, but personally I don't agree. If someone is new to anime, at first you should tell him or her to watch plenty of small episodes or like small seasons so that they can know that what a really anime is. The storytelling, the pacing, the action, the sequence, the caring, the nature, and the characters also. So personally, first thing I would like to say is Death Note. It's a very small anime. It has very mind games, manipulation, character writing intelligence. It's a very mindful anime. It has only 37 episodes. Second thing is Demon Slayer because of the relatable characters and the animation. The Demon Slayer has the best animation out of all anime. Demon Slayer, the storytelling, the character synchronization, the character relatability, and the third anime for action sequence is like I would like to say Attack on Titan. The character Eren Yeager is very famous for his character, and all the world building of the Attack on Titan. People will really like the story and it will engage them. And what the character perspective on people and the decision that he took in that anime is very mind blowing. So these three are my first anime to tell someone if you want to watch anime, just go with these three: Death Note, Demon Slayer, and Attack on Titan.
It was a great insights. But to conclude the whole podcast, I would like to ask you a major question.
Yes.
If you could live in any anime universe, which one would it be and why?
Okay, so first of all, living in an anime universe is very hard because there are multiple power levels,
Yeah.
the high end levels, all that. Because if you are a normal human, you will just die. But personally, I would like to go in a One Piece universe. One Piece because it is a very big universe. The storytelling and the characters. One Piece as an anime, you can adventure. Okay, it is a very adventurous anime. You can meet new people. You have freedom. You can be whatever you want. So there is no what level of that thing that you can just be like this normal character, you have to do this. But One Piece has a very main category also. You can go with your friends sailing in the ship, seeing unknown islands, meeting new people. Being a pirate is like one of the coolest things in life because we have seen the movies from we have been growing up or you have watched the movie Pirates of the Caribbean. Jack Sparrow is a very famous character. So yeah, One Piece is like the anime that I would like to go myself and enjoy as much as possible. Sailing in the friends with my ship, with my crew, meeting new people, going to different islands, finding the monkeys and treasures, all that. So it's very likely to be me in One Piece.
Okay, so thank you so much, Sarvesh, for joining with us. It was a great pleasure. And I think to conclude, you improved the knowledge of the anime of me, of the audiences. So thank you so much. And thank you so much, guys, for watching this podcast. Stay tuned for another podcast. Thank you so much.